welcome back. You're listening to The Governor. Like, share, comment, subscribe as I bring you all the up-to-date information on this great reset we're currently living in. Today we're examining a pretty sad article from the liberal cesspool of fear-mongering, otherwise known as the CBC. The article is referencing Tik Tok Doc Samantha Yamin, who goes by Science Sam on Instagram. The article is about having anxiety due to reopening the economy. I'm sorry, what? You're having anxiety of not having to wear an unnatural face diaper and stay 6 feet away from people at all times? You're anxious about hugging, socializing, gathering, concerts, and sports? Hold on, let me get this straight. You'd rather keep doing what we're currently doing? Just stay home, snowflake. Nobody wants your Debbie Downer ass at our events anyways. This is insane. I know people have been brainwashed. I know people have different opinions. But this is next level insanity. I mean, we've all seen these people driving alone in their car on the highway in the middle of summer with their masks on. But I didn't know there was a faction of people who want to keep this charade going even after the health overlords grant us our constitutional freedoms back. Wow, reading this back, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. Here's the thing. If these people didn't just blindly trust the government, and did their own research and armed their brains with facts from experts like Dr. Robert Malone and Dr. Byram Bridle, they wouldn't be living in so much fear, and this anxiety would simply cease to exist. We're going to get into the article now to show you just how weak people have become in the face of the pandemic. The crazy part is, this woman is a neuroscientist, obviously a smart cookie. The once seemingly easy task of stepping into a cafe and ordering a drink had grown into a tense and unpleasant hurdle in the neuroscientist's mind. Hoping to ease her nerves with a distraction, she called her friend on the walk there and kept the call going while she ordered her beverage. Our brains have been on high alert for stress and fear, so neuroanatomically, it makes sense why people may be feeling anxious, she said. The crazy part is, this woman is a neuroscientist, obviously a smart cookie. But she never bothered to think for herself or question what's going on right now.
Kids navigate reopening. First, I want to say while it is true that the risk for severe outcomes from COVID in kids is lower, it is not zero, and so this is a very valid question. Now let's walk through the new guidelines from the Public Health Agency of Canada. You'll find different settings or activities on the left, and they increase in risk as you go down. When assessing risk for unvaccinated kids in your household, you'll want to look at the middle column. The least risky scenario they describe is up here, where there's a small group gathering out and they're the only unvaccinated people there. Then they say it's okay for them to not wear a mask or distance. If that exact same group moves indoors, the risk is slightly higher, and it's now up to you and your kid whether they want to put a mask on. If you move back outdoors but more unvaccinated people show up, let's say some other kids, then if they're not maintaining physical distancing, they may want to put on a mask. Combining risks like moving indoors or having more people, especially unvaccinated people, show up means the risk is higher, and unvaccinated kids may want to distance and wear a mask.
If she had followed the science, she would have figured out a long time ago that she doesn't have a whole lot to be worried about, especially as a young woman. Instead, she sits on Instagram all day and parrots the mainstream narrative about COVID transmission. She also loves telling people and their kids to get vaccinated, even though Health Canada is now putting labels on vaccines warning of the risk of heart inflammation, especially in young people, as a side effect. This woman is a neuroscientist. Why is she talking about COVID like she has authority on the subject? She's not an expert in immunology, virology, or vaccinology, and neither am I. But she talks like, because she has a PhD, that she's now an expert in anything that has to do with human health. If you look at her previous posts before the pandemic, she really didn't have much to say. She's just milking this like everybody else from the media, while playing the victim with her anxiety that stems from reopening the economy. She's probably just nervous that she will become irrelevant again. Claire Champagny, a PhD candidate in the developmental psychology at York University, said our brains have formed associations over the last 16 months, linking physical distancing and mask wearing to safety and security, which can make leaving the perceived pandemic-safe bubbles of our homes tough for some. Here's an example of what I mean when we have to stop following the narrative and use our critical thinking skills to disseminate the perceived threat. Here's breaking news about today's COVID cases in my region. Here's a graph of cases in that same region. See how they're reporting on it? Breaking! They've been running the same fear-mongering campaign for a year and a half now. No matter how many cases or deaths there are, the news will always be the same. One can come to the conclusion that it's not really the fear of the virus itself. It's the media creating the anxiety to fuel the fear so they can keep writing the same lazy articles every day. My mind never associated masks with safety and security. My mind always associated masks with small brains and fearful people. It also associated masks with discomfort and unhealthiness, as whenever I would wear one, I would smell my disgusting hot breath as I inhaled my exhaust. Nobody will ever convince me that wearing a mask is a healthy way to live. Every PPE expert will tell you the same. Funny how our society only listens to the experts that go along with the narrative. To end the video, I'm just going to pass it off to Flecka's Talks. He's going to get into asking people on the street who are vaccinated why they're still wearing their masks.
So you're still wearing your mask, I noticed. Are you vaccinated as well?
Yeah, I am.
So what's the thought process there?
The thought process, I don't have one right now. I can't. Next question.
What'd you say?
Next question.
Oh, next question.
It's always good to wear masks because we don't know what can happen. We're still in a pandemic, but we're all vaccinated here, so
So you're vaccinated as well?
yeah, for
What's
sure.
the thought process there?
I mean, like, we should believe that vaccine is like good right now because, well, the government is telling us to get vaccinated, and we should believe that it's good for us, and we should all get vaccinated for sure.
In some ways, I don't think it's going to keep me that safe, but it's like maybe one extra layer. It's also like for respect for people that, you know, for whatever reason have compromised immune systems. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it protects the person too much that's wearing it, but I guess, like I said, it's an extra layer. I take it off a little bit when I
Want to take it off right now?
Absolutely.
For yourself? Awesome. Thanks, man. Good
Yep.
talking to you. Did you ever catch COVID or no?
I did, yes.
Was it bad?
It was mild. It lasted for like 2 weeks.
So you've already got it. You're vaccinated. And even if you got it again, it wasn't so bad the first time? You're still wearing a mask?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. This was The Governor. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Have a great night.